audio is working, and John's audio is working, and Amanda's audio, if she says something, I'll be able to
Is
confirm.
probably also working.
It is also working, and Linda's audio is.
Hopefully also working.
We got it. We did it, everybody. Welcome
Woohoo.
to another episode of the Engaged Family Gaming Podcast. My name is Stephen Dutzman. I'm your host, as always, and this is our Game of the Year for 2025 podcast. I know it's 2026 already. We're behind the rest of the gaming industry. We like to be thorough, okay? Everybody else did their stuff at the end of the year. We want to be incredibly thorough. Also, we take the last 2 weeks of the year off because we're parents and or busy people. So, but we're here now. We're going to spend this week talking about last year, and then we'll spend the next episode talking about this year, which is already looking insane. So let's do some introductions. As I said, my name is Stephen Dutzman. I am your host. I am joined by three of my very best friends in the whole wide world. To my right and or left, I don't know how it's presented to you, I have the man behind the curtain, John Tomlinson. Sir, how are you?
How's it going? I'm building our good friend K2SO.
I love K2.
Yeah.
K2 hype.
Shout out to Alan Tudyk for
Oh, yeah.
being like,
Which, by
Forever.
the way, his new podcast with Nathan Fillion, I think the first 4 or 5 episodes are up now. It's
That's
really
pretty
good.
dope.
nice.
It's really good. It's called Once We Were Spacemen.
That's so cute. I love
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
That's
They're so
awesome.
great.
Also joining us directly above me is the Mistress of Magnificence, otherwise known as Mom. Linda, how are you?
I'm doing great. So glad to be here on our best night.
Podcast night is, in fact,
It is.
best night.
Yeah.
And last but not least, my very best friend in the whole wide world, the Princess of Power, Amanda Farrow. Amanda, how are you?
Well, my day is already vastly improved by seeing all of you.
Aw.
It is a very good day when all of us get to be together. Oh, Mega Mom is thank you very much for the sub over on Twitch. You never can tell when Riverside is going to give me the notifications. It's very wild, but thank you very much, Mega Mom, for subscribing 57 months in a row.
Killer.
Wow.
One of the absolute super fans, and we love to see it. So this is our Game of the Year podcast. So here's how we did it. Very scientific. I had everybody email me, and I put it in a Google Sheet. That's how I do. So I am a Google Sheet fiend. I have a very special Google Sheet that I'll be revealing to the world within the next few weeks that I have been very proudly working on. And it is the dorkiest thing I have ever done
No,
in my
it
life.
is the dopest.
Okay, but it is very dorky.
It can be both.
I can. Two things can be true simultaneously.
That's very true.
I have to. I'm waiting to show it to the company that it is relevant to first before I go live because I want to see their reaction. Because it's that cool. But anyway, I had everybody vote. And I used a Google Sheet because I love Google Sheets. But I don't necessarily love Google too much, but I love the sheets. And so another thing that is different here at Engage Family Gaming compared to other outlets, and I think that's a very important distinction, is that we do our Game of the Year awards per ESRB rating. So rather than picking one game and then just kind of having them all duke it out, which we didn't think was fair, we really do it by age rating to give people an accurate representation of, hey, listen, if your kids are playing E-only games or E10 plus, these are their games of the year, and it's not going to be overshadowed by some obvious, kind of like, some other stuff that's going to come up that kind of takes all the oxygen out of the room. It's worked out the last couple of years. People have liked it. This year, we are also making a change and doing things a little differently with board games. Linda has put together, I think I'd like to call it, we don't want to call it like an award show, but she's got some superlatives. She's going to give some awards to more than one game. And the reason for that is Linda works really hard to find all these games, play these games with us, talk about them. Why would we only give her one game to talk about? And us video game nerds would get to go off for a whole bunch of time. So Linda has a party of stuff for us to talk about. Maybe even a party game or two. We don't know.
Or two, perhaps.
Well, I mean, I do know
you do.
because I have the list. Because
not a
that's how I
secret.
roll.
Spoilers.
So, spoilers, I guess. So, what I thought we would do first, does anyone have any pressing good news they want to talk about? Or should we just go right into the awards?
I don't think I have
My-
anything that's particularly pressing.
My D&D campaign wrapped up the other day.
Okay.
Ooh.
Did you bark a dragon to death is the question.
So we fought Tiamat as
Did
he
you
was
bark
coming
Tiamat
out of
to death?
Almost.
Okay.
Basically, we were all invisible in front of the Worm Lord, who was trying to summon Tiamat, and when I barked, nothing came out, and then I felt like my missing master who passed away, and I just attacked the Worm Lord all by myself, and everybody came in after me, and
Love it.
2 crits in a row to start off.
Nice.
And then he went incorporeal, and then I went after one of his underlings and ripped him apart in like one turn. And then Tiamat started breaching the rifts, and then everyone except for one of us got torn apart. And he, the one that he's a warrior monk, he kicked him back through the rift and made it out safely, and the rest of the party gave up their lives to push Tiamat back to the other side.
Well, that is one heck of a end to
Yeah.
a campaign. We love that stuff.
That's pretty
So,
rad.
Very
Um,
epic ending.
Yeah.
I want to celebrate. I think that's awesome. That's one heck of a way to end your first D&D game. I regret to inform you that the majority of D&D games end with the calendar killing everyone. But
Yep.
okay, in the case I had a pandemic kill it, but then
You really
calendar
did.
killed everybody else. So so I have good news. It's patch day for World of Warcraft. Pre-patch for midnight is dropping today, so I'm very excited about that. Big
Killer.
deal. And so, yeah, that's very exciting. So let's get to the awards. Linda,
Yes.
we're going to start with the board games
Okay.
because I know you're very, very excited.
I am very excited. I'm pulling up my list of the superlatives so I don't misspeak on them. So I got that pulled up. And I knew I was going first, and I still, of course, didn't have it right in front of me. But that's
okay.
Okay. Let's see. Because we have so much chatter. There we go. Okay. So I think I'm going to go big box down. Oh, because of course I have show and tell. Because I always have show and tell. And you
I love
probably can already
show and
see
tell.
my
Is the best part.
spoilers.
It's like you're a teacher or something.
I know. It's like I'm used to doing visuals, for everything I do, but that's okay. So I kind of went through some different categories. I actually had already made a top 10 list of my games this year, went through everything I played and was looking at, okay, what were my top 10? And then from those top 10 of my own kind of private list, I went through and said, okay, let me make some superlatives. What is this the best at that I can really showcase and share? So, let's get into that. So my first one is, of the games I played this year, the best cozy game clearly was Gnome Hollow. And it's not the lightest game I played for sure. Definitely is medium weight, but it was so, is it upside down? Yeah, it's upside down. But it just was so cozy, the different actions, while there were a few different things to do, it was something that it was very cozy to play. And once we got the flow of the turns, it was very just relaxing and, enjoyable to see you, gathering flowers and gathering this and putting your gnome here within the garden.
I love it.
It was just so cozy.
I
to
love
play.
it.
And so this was definitely hit for me as a best cozy game I played this year. Okay, and then...
And I'm putting a link in the chat so that
Fantastic.
folks can see it.
Okay. All right. Let me go. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Next big game. Of course, I stacked them the biggest on the bottom because physics. All right. This one you guys saw last time. So the one I nominated for best art / best video game turned into a tabletop game, of course, is Gwent.
Of course.
The artwork is just killer on this. They did such a great job. It's just absolutely beautiful, so true to the original game, the video game. And as I've raved about, I mean, it's just amazing to me how they took the mini game from Witcher 3 and just completely converted it to a physical game. So, and now I can't even close the box because we've sleeved the cards. So, I have to get one of my.
Well, I'm glad
I don't
you
know what
sleeved those
that's
cards.
like.
What's that like?
I'm glad
What's
you guys
that?
sleeved the cards. I know it's getting play at your house.
It is getting played, absolutely. And I was every time I will go through the decks, it's the artwork just find it so stunning. And I know we were worried about like some features on it. We did find one card that kind of almost showed something, but they were so subtle with it. Like you have to really be staring to like possibly see something on one of the hags. So it's more innuendo than overt. But I mean, and Witcher is an M game, and they made this as something for the teens because again, it's more hinted at than right there, which I appreciate that they didn't make it as overt as they do in the video game. So that was my.
I think overt is not a strong enough word for the Witcher video game.
Yes,
and that's not a complaint. I'm just saying. I think we're allowed to use stronger words about the content in The Witcher.
It's true because it is very strong. Then one that I thought was the best themed game. So from a popular theme, Gwent almost was there, but the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Rings, the trick-taking game. And I just thought, I've played this a couple times. We've gotten through multiple chapters, have not gone through the whole story, because that's a lot of different games to play.
I'd
But
imagine.
they do such an amazing job of being true to the original story. And you are basically telling the chapters of the book and going through. And as you go to another chapter, some characters are still in that scene, some are gone, some are new. So it's every chapter there can be changes. Sometimes it stays the same for a few, but there's changes as you progress through the story, just as characters come and go through the story. And I really liked how they did that, and then the cards, how they're so perfectly themed, the different character traits, even how you have to win your conditions for being successful in a round. They make it true to the character as much as you can with a trick-taking game. Like, what are conditions to win in a trick-taking game?
Right.
So that was really impressive. So that's 3. I've got a couple more.
And fun fact about that one,
Yes.
while you get the other one,
Yeah. I got 2 more. Sorry.
there's going to be a trilogy of the card games. That's Fellowship of the Ring. 2 Towers actually came out later on, and we did just find out that the Return of the King production on that has wrapped, and so that will be coming soon. That will be coming together soon. I'm hoping that there will be all 3, and that Asmodee will give us like a cool box to put all 3 games in.
That'd be nice
Hint,
if they did some kind of a
Asmodee.
bundle.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, and I think
Help us
the 2 Towers, I think, officially released this month, but they did have it at PAX Unplugged. But I think from their
That is
site,
correct.
is that what it was? Yeah, their official release date, widely released, was this
You are
month.
correct,
So,
Amundo.
all right, good. I actually got something. My brain's been
Don't
so
say
full, so
actually.
it's nice to remember.
Give yourself some credit. You know a lot of things. This
I
is
do.
your
You do.
It's a lot of fun. Okay, so 2 more. So the most popular game that I have brought home that has gotten played the most among family and friends. Thought that was a good one. Like the one that's become the most popular in my house and amongst my extended group was Unexpected, and it is Person Do Thing. This has gotten so much more play than I ever anticipated.
Yeah.
And it's just been such a huge hit. This came home with us from PAX Unplugged. It is a party game. And the idea is there's 3 levels of difficulty. You're getting a word, and you are only allowed to say a bank of words as clues. Very limiting. So, for example, if you pick the hardest level, they are more abstract concepts, and this is the complete list of words you're allowed to use. That's all. That's not very many words, and these are pretty generic. Like words like do, feel, make, see, have, and so you're limited to these words. You cannot pantomime. You can gesture as if, like, if someone says something close, you can point to them like yes, and so they know that they're getting closer. But you can't pantomime, like if it's sad, you can't like be showing a sad face or something like that. It's hilarious. Reminds me a little bit of Poetry for Neanderthals. That it reminds me of that a little bit. There's no no stick.
I could
but
see that. Yeah.
Yes, just because you're limited on your words. And what we found is either people get it right away, and sometimes it's ones that you don't expect them to, or it might be a simpler one and like everyone goes in the wrong direction and you can't get them back, and it's hysterical. We laugh so much playing this, and we sound absolutely ridiculous. It's great. So that's fantastic. This one, we picked it up at the Runaway Parade booth, and they have been supporting this designer. And it's just, I'm so glad that they connected with them and are helping them promote it, because it's been fantastic. So
Love
Person
it.
Do Thing has been just getting a ton of play in our house. And my final one is the one that is the best for everyone's collection. This is one that I think needs to be on every game shelf in every house. Which I think is a big statement to say. And we talked a lot about it this year, but Flip 7. This is another one we played a ton of. I mean, it's the card game that checks boxes for pretty much every category for a light game. It's easy to teach. You can do a lot of people. You can have a lot of people playing it. It's just funny. I mean, first time we played it, we were just absolutely hysterical laughing. And you know, it's one that scales up and scales down really easily, as far as, you know, if you're finding that if you need to make it a little simpler, it's, you know, there's some ways to do that. But it's already very simple. You don't need to really scale much on this, but it just fits so many categories. So because it's such a great game, I'm going to officially declare this as our board game of the year.
Yep.
So very exciting.
That got my
7.
support too. You know, that game, everywhere we have brought it, and everywhere we brought it, it's been a hit. And my wife actually brought a copy to the library that she works at.
Oh, that's cool.
That is a bunch of grumpy teenagers that just be wanting to play Uno, or, you know, because they want a game that they can play while they're doing nothing, right?
Course.
Like, you know, and that's what the strength of Uno is, right? Like, you just know it, and you can talk and do homework or do whatever while you're playing. She taught them this. I think Linda froze, but I'm gonna just kind of keep it going. She had a senior who instead of leaving for early dismissal, he stayed for study hall at the end of the day so he could play Flip 7 with his friends, and they immediately all left and went to a bunch of stores to try and find it so they could buy a copy so they could play it at home during the weekend. And so, you know, that says something to like capture grumpy teenagers that are just trying to get out of doing work or whatever, right? You know, and I just yesterday played a bunch of games with Pro Gamer Nana, my mom, and we had a game where it was me, and it aged from my mom all the way down to my 8-year-old nephew who was playing, and it was so fun. And the one problem that we had in the beginning, which is having to keep track of the score, they actually have a web app that you can get to on a QR code right from the instruction manual, where you can it does all the scoring for you, score tracking for you, which saves a whole bunch of time. Linda, I was just agreeing with you and adding some more flair. I think Flip 7 was Spiel des Jahres nominee 2025. We're not outside of the realm. We're not being wild here. This game is taking the world by storm. I agree with you. This absolutely, like, if you're the kind of family that wants to have a Uno or a Phase 10 or something in your purse where you go places, throw Flip 7 into the rotation. I think that this is going to be very accessible to folks that are done with those games. You know, like, it's just a different experience. It's a lot of fun. It's very blackjack. You know, I love Flip 7. I'll play it anytime anybody wants to play.
Yeah, no, you're
And
right.
if you had
'cause it
any other
also is a
points that you
little,
didn't get to say, Linda, go ahead.
yeah, no, but you're absolutely right because it's a little different. It's push your luck, which Uno's really not push your luck. It's a lot of luck.
And
My God, I'm screenshotting this right now.
someone rolled craps.
Okay, but for real, guys, I gotta send this to Linda. That's
Well, before,
the
like,
YouTube
she had
thumbnail.
the most professional looking face. Yeah.
Linda's great. This is great. So, anyway, Flip 7 is amazing, and the fact that it is a little bit different and it is not entirely luck based, because you really do got to use your brain. Push your luck games are hard, you know.
Yeah.
Amanda, have you played Flip 7 yet? You're muted.
You're still muted.
We're having some technical
No,
problems.
sorry about that. I muted myself because I was typing.
Yeah.
I have not played Flip 7 yet.
All right, well, we're gonna have to fix that.
I
We're just gonna have to fix it.
I think that it would be really cool. Like next EFG Con, we should play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, 100%.
100%, we will. That makes perfect sense. It would be a great little icebreaker to end the
Yeah.
workday, get started, and I think that that's one of the niches that it fits in really well.
I
It's a
agree.
great family game to play because you can mix ages really well. But also, I think it's a great warm up for getting into some heavier stuff afterwards. Let's get everybody. You know, it's the equivalent of doing the clap thing to get everybody's attention. It's like, no, let's all play this game. Because you can also play like up to like a dozen people. So those are our board game awards, board game superlatives. Nice pile of games that Linda
Indeed.
that Linda curated for us here in 2025. And it's not slowing down for 2026, which is pretty fun. Let's go into the video games. And so we were all talking about this before we went on the air, and all of us kind of agreed that 2025 was an amazing year.
It
for
was
video
stacked.
games. So much stuff. And what's really interesting is it kind of came out of nowhere. Like, I really feel like, Amanda, didn't I text you? I feel like I texted you in the beginning of this year. It was like, I don't know what I'm going to play this year. Like, I don't know what's happening. And I was like, just not excited for anything. And I was like, I'm sure games will come up, right? Like, we agreed. Like, of course we'll find stuff. But like, I didn't know.
Yeah, this is the, not to put my business hat on, but also to put my business hat on for a quick second. This is the knock-on effect. This is the ripple effect of so many studios being closed. We are losing talent. We are bleeding talent. And that's what's going on. So, you want more about that? Virtual Economy's Season 7 premiere just went live today. So
Literally 4 minutes ago is when I got my notification.
I know
Linda
what
just
I'm
reported.
listening to on the way to work.
Linda just reported her internet has stopped working. So she
oh,
finished
that's fun.
So she got the board game stuff in, and she's going to fix her internet, but she may not be coming back. So everybody throw some love into the chat for Linda that she got the board game superlatives in. Linda, you're welcome to hang out and chat with us in the Twitch chat where you are. That's where she is as Dragon Rose 720. Yeah, Amanda's hit the nail on the head. Is that this is we're struggling as an industry, and so this year we just didn't really know, but it turned out it kind of coalesced into a banger year. So so much so that at least in one category we really had to kind of go back and redo it. Normally when I get votes from the team, normally we kind of all coalesce around stuff. We like a lot of the same stuff, and honestly Hello, Linda looks like she's
Hey,
coming
she's
back.
back.
Yay. We'll see if this
A
stays.
lot of the, when we do things across ESRB categories, sometimes there's just clear winners. We had one category where we had to redo the votes because just casually throwing out our favorites didn't coalesce anything. So let's start. I think what I would like to do is start with the M rating. Let's just get the games for the grown-ups out of the way, because I think this is the most obvious one. And the internet at writ large has kind of already talked this one to death. So our mature game of the year, our game for the grown-ups, as it were, is Clair Obscur Expedition 33. And there is, there's really not much else to say about it.
Yeah.
We did get a couple of votes for Ghosts of Yote, and honestly, I think that's fair. That game was amazing. Eric Ishii did an amazing performance. Probably the most cinematic game, cinematic action game I've ever, the only action game I've ever played where I had to stop and just look at it. It doesn't happen very often. But Clair Obscur took the world by storm, almost literally. It won our votes by a country mile, and I even went out to our to my Facebook friends and even the Engaged Family Gaming community to ask for some suggestions, and that was one of the ones that came up the most in private messages and comments. Some other honorary mentions: The Altars and Dispatch, which honestly, well done for both of those games. Dispatch, as I said before, I actually went to high school with one of the art directors of that game. I'm quite proud of that guy because that game looks amazing.
Can confirm it is amazing.
Yeah, it is super great. Not appropriate for the kids, even though it looks like a cartoon superhero thing.
Nope.
This is like Marvel Zombies kind of stuff. But it's not dark like Marvel Zombies. So I feel like a lot of people might see it and be like, oh, no big deal. Trust me, guys. It is not for the kids.
Not for the kiddos at all.
But it's for the grown-ups.
Great, though.
It's for the grown-ups. You should be playing this. Okay, so the category where we had the biggest struggle was the T rating. And you know what? I went and took a moment to look back through some of my notes for previous years. And with the exception of the years where there's like a Horizon or a Zelda, which interestingly enough, those happen to be the same years most of the time, or a Spider-Man, like something that really just runs away with it, like some cool cinematic action game or action RPG. The T rating is all over the place for Engaged Family Gaming. And I think some of this is just because it all comes down to our individual tastes. What I thought I would do is just kind of go through the list. Megamom in the chat saying that Jevador has been loving that game. I'm late, but I'm guessing that was about Clair Obscur because I know he's been talking about it on the Facebook. Correct me if I'm wrong, Megamom. So the nominees, the games that got votes in our group for the T rating are Drillcore, which is a indie, that's from me, that was an indie kind of roguelike strategy game, resource management, very cool, stole many, many hours. Back in the beginning of the year for me, we had a vote for Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. We had a vote for Metroid Prime 4. Another vote came in for Clover Pit. That was from John. This is the Balatro, but make it a slot machine, but make it dark. Otherwise known as Amanda's anti-game.
Yeah.
And then Hollow Knight Silksong, then Split Fiction and Tiny Bookshop. So as you can see, we were all over the darn place. Just all over the place. But what we did, does anybody have any comments they want to make about any of those games? Amanda, I mean, I know you have feelings about Final Fantasy Tactics.
I have so many feelings about Final Fantasy Tactics. I haven't even finished it yet because I'm just like, I just need to take my time. And I'm okay that it's taking me forever to play this game because it's delightful.
The general just came in and made a face at me because she tried to buy Tiny Bookshop on the Switch, and she tried to buy it during a period of time where it was unintentionally delisted. And that was when she had time, and so now she no longer has the time, and it's back on the thing again. I've told her that it will be around for quite some time. So,
Tiny Bookshop is exquisite.
But she's but that was a really frustrating thing, because I was like, what do you mean it's not there?
Poor
Like,
Jenna.
Like, there's mad dudes playing this game. I know there are.
True. I was one of them.
So, I watched a speed run of Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evil East Chronicles during Games Done Quick the other week. That consisted of a guy standing on the first in the first battle, just standing on a rock and getting 3,000 JP. Because if you stand on a rock in a very specific way after manipulating the goblin, it can't attack you and it won't move. So he just sat there using a free move and for 300 turns, and then he soloed the rest of the game. It was insane.
Incredible.
So what we did is we kind of revoted, and also Linda didn't vote initially because she focused on the board games. That's her beat. But her son loved him some Hollow Knight Silksong. And we got some other votes. So we actually are awarding this as a tie for Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evil East Chronicles and Hollow Knight Silksong, because we also did get a fan vote. Someone in the audience gave us that one. And I mean, it's hard to not give a prize to Final Fantasy Tactics because it is one of the most beloved games of all time. Did you guys see, though, Amanda, did you see that they interviewed them and they're like, it sold enough copies, maybe we're going to make another one. Could you imagine if they made another Final Fantasy Tactics? She can imagine it because it's sold.
I've been imagining it so hard. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been thinking about it a lot.
So my question is, have you been imagining it or have you been manifesting?
Why not both?
Sure. I love it.
Goes in the summoning circle. Alongside Viva Pinata.
Oh man, dude, Viva Pinata. I don't know why they haven't. I don't know why Xbox hasn't made a new Viva Pinata.
Evil.
Yep.
But there is an indie company out there right now that would make it. You know who they should get to do a new Viva Pinata? The couple that did Ooblets.
I was thinking about that.
Anyway, so that's our T. So for T, Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evil East Chronicles tied with Hollow Knight Silksong. We're going to give that award out to both of them. Next, E10 Plus. This is another one where sometimes there just aren't any E10 Plus games.
Sometimes.
Or the other, sometimes there's no E games. This year we got very lucky. 2 very good games in both of these categories. But the E10 Plus game is not the one you would expect. You would think, Steve, it's going to be Donkey Kong, right? It's Donkey Kong. Actually, no. We are giving our E10 Plus award to Blueprints, which is a weird roguelike puzzle game that's very hard, but it won in the votes internally by a country mile. And interestingly enough, it was one of the only video games that the General played this year. And she played multiple hours of Blueprints when she had a free moment while I was gone for a weekend. So it is that is a mark of high praise in and of itself. So Blueprints, if you do not know, somehow Blueprints is, and I would look up a YouTube video. It'll give you kind of a good idea, but maybe a trailer, not a walkthrough, because it's very spoiler filled. This is a roguelike puzzle game where you come to a house and the layout of the house changes every day. And so what you need to do is explore the house, find different rooms, unlock secrets, et cetera, et cetera. This is the kind of game where I know that people have bought paper notebooks to write. I know Amanda did it. There are people who are writing paper notebooks to figure out clues and diagrams. This is
I had an 85-page Google Doc in addition to that was shared by my entire family as we were all going through it together. This is a shockingly connective game, even though it's a single player, right? But it harkens back to the days where we would be stumped playing games like Myst or Riven you know, and these puzzles are just so experiential that sharing them is I can't even imagine what an unshared Blueprints experience is.
It just felt communal. Like,
Yeah.
you were like, oh, did you find that thing? If if your significant other, whoever was watching you, wasn't there, and then like, did you figure this out? Did you unlock this room? Like, it just felt so good. It was definitely the moment for a good time.
Yeah.
So it is yeah, I totally had somebody walked by me and my brain erased. So
Okay,
yeah, we have Mega Mom
You
in
know.
the chat saying that she had not heard about Blueprints, and it's listen, Mega Mom, I think this sounds right up your alley. And it's not an expensive game either, and I know it is. I'm pretty sure it's on PS5. It's on PS5, right?
I think so. It should be.
Yeah, it's on everything, but it was specifically free with Game Pass.
Yeah, it is on PS5. It's $30,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, okay, so it's not super cheap, but it's definitely a budget game. I feel like Mega Mom, I feel like you would get a lot. You would get your $30 worth, because it is one of those games. It's going to muscle your brain around quite a bit. And
Sprinkling my brain.
it's also visually very cool. Like, you know, like
And
you
there's
would think that it'd
lore.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
much
Like,
more.
it's just, there's so much to explore in this game. It's, you would think that if it's just like a puzzle game, how much narrative can there be? My darlings, there is muchos narrative, and it is fantastic.
You know what? I could just, I don't know why I'm ignoring the fact that I have the technology.
Oh, it's
Let's
true.
take a look at the Blueprints trailer.
Let's do it.
Blueprints is rated E for everyone.
To the architect, an empty blueprint
Whoops.
represents a world of possibility.
Low loud.
Okay, well, I just turned it.
Bequeathed to my grandnephew. All of my
This is
rights,
Blueprints.
titles, and
I'm a little
interest
worried
in
because
house and land which
we broke the
I own
rules
in
because this
Alabama.
game's not E10 plus. I could have sworn it was. So this is the deal, right? Like you walk into a room, tells you what the room is. This is the chapel. You walk around the chapel. There's doors. Oh, what could this room be?
The above provision is contingent
Very, I really like the cell shaded art.
on the 46th room of my 45-room estate.
And you have a
And-
certain amount of steps every day.
Yep.
Yep. It's very cool. I really like the UI elements too. Like everything is just really sharp. Alright,
Should my
that is. It's not the whole trailer. That trailer goes on for another bunch of minutes. So we'll.
The
not
lore
do
is
that.
very deep in this game, and it is really interesting, even from a political perspective.
Yeah.
I wonder if
absolutely.
they're
So,
ever gonna make a movie off it. It's definitely movie or TV series, like with the lore.
Yeah. I mean, maybe or a sequel.
Yep.
I would like that very much. So so that is so we got to do something on the fly here, guys, because it turns out Blueprints is rated E, not
Is it
E10
E?
plus.
Really?
Wow.
Interesting.
That's what it said
You
right at the
sure?
front of the trailer.
Huh.
I'm
Because
gonna
I
confirm
looked it up
this.
on the
Yeah.
ESRB's website, and I could have sworn it said E10 plus.
I'm gonna check now. Because maybe the
No, it's E10. E10.
yeah. So what?
I'm sure that
Okay.
it was the announcement
trailer.
trailer, and their ESRB rating might have changed. That does happen from time to time, so it's okay.
Fair. They might have bumped it up. Frankly,
Yeah.
it could have been as simple as they got their estimated rating and it's bumped up
Yes.
for alcohol reference and simulated gambling. So
It
there
does do
could
both.
have been
That's true.
So there
Yeah.
could have literally they just when they went for their initial screening, just some inside baseball for ESRB. The developers they fill out a questionnaire, but then they send in a video. They don't expect the ESRB to play these games through to completion. That would be nuts. What they do is they send them video of what they think their worst content is, and
Yes.
so especially with smaller titles. Where it could be ambiguous, they send what they think is the worst thing because they don't think about, oh, well, we have a blackjack table somewhere in here.
Yeah.
Or no, there's a bottle
Slot
of wine.
machine.
Yeah. Or there's a bottle of wine on a table. And, and if there's a bottle of wine somewhere or a keg with, XXXX cross it or whatever, that's alcohol reference that bumps it up a little bit. So
Yeah, we don't know anyone that worked on
okay.
a game about poker that got kicked off.
well, I mean, listen, Balatro and it's
No,
And also Sunshine Shuffle.
that's what I was referencing.
true.
Thank you.
true. All right. Well, listen, we don't
Listen.
necessarily. I'm
That
not trying to
happened
pick
3
on
years
you.
ago.
I know.
I'm not trying. All right. So good. I was not wrong.
It
We
was
don't have
the
to redo
cutest
everything.
game, but,
False
yeah.
alarm.
False alarm. Yep.
Blueprints can continue to be our E10 plus game. Donkey Kong Bonanza did get a vote. It got a couple of votes actually, but it was outnumbered by Blueprints, and rightly so. I think Blueprints is one of those games that
It's
is.
transcendent.
I think Blueprints is going to have a lot. Is going to have like long legs. I think it's one of those games that we're going to keep hearing about for the next
I
couple of
agree.
years
It's
as
the
people
new
discover
Myst.
it.
It's
And I
this-
can't wait for another
this
one.
gen Myst.
Man, you know what's interesting is I am not a puzzle game guy because I am rather dumb. However, Blueprints and its success has me very hopeful for that new puzzle game from Jonathan Blow. And so we'll see about that next year because I'm really excited about that. Not excited about the guy. Not going to read any of his interviews, but the game probably going to be great. And I'm excited to play that puzzle game. Maybe with my wife. Wouldn't that be great?
It would be.
Last but not least, we have rated E for everyone, which again, this is another one of those categories where sometimes there's just nothing here. And we're like, I guess we give it to Kirby, even though it's not that great or something like that. Right. This year, cheat to win. I mean, it's Mario Kart World. Like we got a Mario Kart World.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was an easy one.
It really
um,
was.
We got a new Mario Kart, and it was a good one. And
was
what's
real good.
wild is I didn't expect Mario Kart World when it came out. There were a lot of folks talking about, relatively incomplete experience. There were some problems with it. I didn't expect Mario Kart World to get the Civilization treatment, which is it came out and it was great. But then in the months immediately afterwards, Nintendo patched in a bunch of really big updates that really did kick it to the next level. Most notably, when it
true.
launched, there was no way to track all the collectibles in the open world. So you didn't know if you had found everything or if you'd gotten all your P blocks and all that. Now they patched that in. And the sections between the different races, they actually just changed them. So now they're not just boring straightaways. There's like actual gameplay elements in them, which I did recently go back and play through all the different races on New Year's Eve. I played it with my family. We played through a bunch of that. They really made those interstitial straightaways way more dynamic. So this game
They're
has gotten
awesome.
so much better. And we haven't even gotten the paid DLC, which of course they're going to do because they did it a million times with the original not the original Mario Kart 8 back on Wii U and Switch. So Mario Kart World is, it's not packed in with the Switch by default, but it is right now. Like, if you own a Switch 2, Mario Kart World is absolutely a worthwhile purchase, unless you're somehow opposed spiritually to like go-karts. Like if you have a problem with go-karts, I guess I'll give you a pass. Everybody else, grab Mario Kart World. It's great. And honestly, when we look at those categories, as far as the four ESRB rating categories, that's a really nice suite of games going across it. Mario Kart World, Blueprints, Final Fantasy Tactics, The Evilise Chronicles, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Claire Obscure Expedition 33. What do you think about that, guys?
Sounds
Beautiful
really
thing,
good.
bud.
Amazing.
We did add one more category, and I wanted to go last on this one. And that was, I wanted to start doing a cozy game of the year, because that genre has like really taken on a, like, it's just kind of taken on a life of its own. Like, there are streamers that's all they do is cozy games. And so we had a couple of nominees, and I thought we would talk about them. There are three. We had Power Wash Simulator 2, which, how crazy is it that they made a sequel to Power Wash Simulator?
It's wild. I did not think that game was going to do well, because clearly I don't understand. But then I played it, and I was like, this game's fantastic.
It's so satisfying.
It's so good.
Like,
It's way better than it has any right to be.
Yeah. It's one of those, like, it's one of those games that you see it you see it in the store, right? It's a digital only game. Like, you can get it physically, I'm sure, through like specialty
limited
places.
run,
But like you see it in the store and you're like, why does this exist? And then you watch a video of it and you're like, oh, that's why. Because there's people that just really want to, like, they're those people that really want to use the hose and like spray out the space in between the bricks and the walkway and get yelled at for it, you know? It's those guys, but they want to do it without getting in trouble with their parents.
Yeah.
I say this as the guy that used to want to do that and then would get in trouble with the people at church, because I would do it, you know. So this game just absolutely came out of nowhere, and for the initial, and now we have a sequel to it. The first one, we went and cleaned what? We went to we cleaned Lara Croft Mansion.
Yep.
We cleaned Bikini Bottom.
Yep.
Guys,
We
it's
cleaned
good
a
and right.
Mako reactor with the guys from Final Fantasy VII.
There was
we're-
some Alice in Wonderland. At
Yep.
the end, there was some Warhammer DLC.
Yeah. So
Like,
they're
come
just
on.
crazy. I can't wait to see what they do next. Like, man, listen, I want Power Wash Simulator 2. I want to like clean out Kratos' cabin. You know? Let's just really go wild. So that's Power Wash Simulator 2. I want to mention Tiny Bookshop, not just because my wife really wants to play it and hasn't been able to yet, but like, Amanda,
Yeah.
you gave us this one
Yeah.
as a recommendation. Talk to us about Tiny Bookshop,
Man,
because I think
Tiny
even Linda would
Bookshop-
like this one.
Linda would love this game.
Sounds like it's
It
right
is
up my alley.
extremely up your alley. It is first and foremost, a social game. It's a game where you have to understand people, and you have to talk to people, and you have to understand the kinds of books that they're interested in. You have to pay attention to patterns, pay attention to where you're moving your little tiny bookshop, because it is a movable, mobile little bookshop that can go
Oh.
anywhere in this beautiful little town that you are coming to, and you are setting up shop and becoming a part of the community.
Sounds
And then
really
you
fun.
spend your whole life learning about their lives, learning about the kinds of things that they want to do with their lives, making sure that they have books to read when they are not in class, because you meet a university student who's also a botanist. And she has all kinds of experiments for you if you build up your relationship with her, your
Wow.
friendship specifically with
Mm.
her. She'll give you lots of cool plants. But it's also an engine building game at its
Ooh.
core. So it's not just a
Wait a
management
minute.
sim. You are also building up percentages about how you're buffing your bookshop, depending on the decor of your bookshop. So if you have, like, let's say during Halloween, you've got like spooky, gothic, really, yes, I definitely said engine building. I love saying engine building. That is like, that's my trap card. So engine building games, I love those. And you put that together with a management sim game that's deeply social, that's also about recommending books. Brilliant. No notes. I love it. It's a fantastic game. You can just lose yourself in it for hours. It was my travel game. When I was flying across the country multiple times, I was like, it's tiny bookshop time. There's no stopping me.
I think I may need to get this, especially it strikes a chord that is unexpected because my first job was working in a bookstore. So
that
like,
doesn't
not that
even
it's
a little
tracks.
surprise me. That makes the most
Does it?
sense in the world.
would it surprise you that I worked there for 7 years as a teenager?
No.
Like
No.
into my yeah.
No.
I moved
Not
right
even
from
a
that
I
into teaching.
adore
Absolute
you.
sense.
And I've gotten to know the kind of human being you are over the near 10 years that I've been working with this wonderful crew. And I love you, and I would have been best friends in high
Oh,
school.
for sure.
100%.
Yes.
You want to know my first job? Over the table? An arcade.
Yeah.
Stunning.
I don't believe it.
Absolutely shocking.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
that sounds correct.
Second job
Um,
was a toy store. But go ahead.
I don't believe that either. My first job, I worked at a summer camp. So
Well, you worked
the,
for Blockbuster for years. So.
Blockbuster was like my first like big. Well, I was at Blockbuster for a bunch of years, but before that, I worked at a summer camp twice. I worked in the kitchen at a summer camp. You wouldn't think that of me, but I did. I know how to use knives safely. So
I know.
Listen, I'm just saying. So anyway, and lastly, John, you told us about Mika and the Witch Mountain,
Yeah.
and I
I need to
forgot
play
all
that
about. Oh,
game.
I did. Then I immediately remembered about it as soon as I typed it in. How cute!
It
Tell us
was,
about this very cute game.
I think it's this month's humble choice.
Yeah, it's around, but also it's on sale right now for like $12.
Yeah, exactly. I know some places you get for under $5, but it's basically a fetch game where like you're fetching things and delivering them, just like any kind of cozy game. But you're flying around on this little broom, and it's very sloppy controls, but like not in a bad way. Just it's very loosey goosey. So like you're going back and forth. You're trying not to slam down onto the ground because you will damage your delivery. And it's very like, what if you made Kiki's Delivery Service, the very famous film, and you put it into a cozy game.
We're grabbing a little bit of the trailer.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll get some
Hey,
gameplay right here.
It almost has the same art style too.
It looks like does it play a little Flappy Bird
Yes, like
where it's just
more
deliberately awkward because getting there without crashing is like part of the gameplay?
short hike.
Oh,
Oh,
short
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
like that.
okay.
Because
I
I
dig
was like
this.
trying to think like there's definitely a game that came up in the related, and like short hike.
All right.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I played it for a few hours. It's very cute. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear it's short, but it's very cute. Fun game.
And it's on sale by a lot for not a lot right now. So if that sounds great, go check it out on your various stores. It's on everything: Switch, Steam, PlayStation, etc. So, guys, 2025 was great, as evidenced by our list here. We played a lot of great games. We were taken by surprise by a lot of games. And 2026 is shaping up to be pretty incredible also. And our next episode is going to be dedicated to that, talking about the games that we are looking forward to. By then, maybe we'll have some news. We got a really exciting Xbox showcase coming up on the 22nd, so we'll know more about Horizon and Fable, and so we're gonna have a lot to talk about on our next episode. But yeah, guys, we made it.
Yay, we did it.
You did.
I only got the legs done.
You got the
That's
legs
awesome,
done.
though.
Listen, we love it.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Yeah, that'd
So
be great.
we will be back in 2 weeks with another episode of the Engage Family Gaming Podcast. Hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed recording. And but it's not really fair. We set the bar very high because podcast night is best night.
best
Until
night.
next time, I hope you guys have a great day and a great night. Until then, don't forget to get your family game on. We'll see y'all soon. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.